Hey guys, Susie here. Hope you guys are doing well today. I have been really under the weather the past few days, so I have not been able to film any videos. Today's the first day I kind of feel like halfway decent, and I don't even feel better today. I think me and my husband got a cold or a flu or something when we were in Cincinnati. I don't know. But we've both been dying, literally. So I still have a little bit of a scratched throat. My voice is a little bit hoarse and I may cough sometimes. Kind of giving you guys a warning before I even start this video so that you know that I am under the weather and I may not sound like myself. Also, I'm a little bit tired because I really haven't been getting a lot of good rest lately, especially because my husband's been snoring so bad because he's been congested and stuff. Because he's sick too, so yeah. Today's video is a little bit different. You guys know I love to read. I love books. I did a book collection video a long time ago. A lot of you guys were like commenting on it. You know, a lot of you guys like reading too. And so I thought this would be a really good video to do. And it's basically just kind of telling you guys some of my latest books that I've read and then books that I'm going to read. And just kind of talk to you guys about it. I don't want to give you guys any like spoilers on the books in case you want to read them yourself, so I'm not going to give you like a full-on book review of it or anything. But basically, just going to show you guys what I have read already lately and what I'm planning on reading here in the future. And if you guys enjoy these videos, just give me a thumbs up and let me know, and then that way I'll know like to do more of these videos. I'm not going to have these up like regularly, like constantly, because it takes me quite a while to read a book. Quite a while. Normally because when I go lay down to go to bed, I'm already so tired that I only read for like a little while and then I'm kind of like getting ready to fall asleep. Also, I don't know, I just have been really busy here lately with being out of town and everything else. I just haven't had the time to read. So some of these books I have read not a while ago, but like probably within the last 6 months, so it's been a little while. So the first book that I just finished reading, literally before the book I'm reading right now, is The Lucky One by Nicholas Sparks. And this is of course a romance novel. This is the first book I've read by Nicholas Sparks. And I do like it. I think he's a really good writer. I'm not really a big like romance novel person, but this one seemed really good. So long story short, there's basically a guy and a girl, Logan and I forgot what the girl's name was. Shit. Beth. Okay. And he basically like finds her picture when he is over in Iraq or wherever he's overseas because he's a Marine, and he considers it a lucky charm, and he basically sets out on a journey to actually find her in real life, which is like a long shot. And, you know, he just knows that, like, she's his lucky charm. And, you know, he wants to, like, I guess, maybe, like, possibly have a relationship with her. He's kind of, like, unsure, like, what he's really doing. He just knows he needs to find her. And so, yeah, I'm not going to tell you guys any more about it. But it's a really good book. It was a very good romance novel. It had a really good ending to it. And they did make this into a movie. If you want to skip the book and see the movie, you can do that. But from my experience, books are always better than the movies, pretty much. So, yeah, definitely check out the book, The Lucky One. It's a pretty good one. The next book that I finished is Reflected in You, and this is a crossfire novel by Sylvia Day. And if you guys liked 50 Shades of Grey, which I have all 3 of those, I read all 3 of those, and even though it was really corny and cheesy and raunchy and erotic, I really enjoyed the 50 Shades of Grey books. I don't know, something about it just kind of drew me to it. I enjoyed reading them, and this is kind of like I don't want to say a knockoff of that, but it kind of is. It's kind of like the same plot line. Like there's this, you know, really rich billionaire man. He's damaged inside. He's had these traumatic experiences happen to him. And, you know, in this book, he's not so much like into the like sexualness, like he's not like super like into fetishes, and he doesn't have a red room, and he's not like super into any kind of sadistic, you know, sexual behavior or anything like that. He just he's just a very like aggressive person. He has a lot of violent tendencies, And, you know, the character, the girl that he is talking to, you know, they do like engage in sexual activities. It doesn't go into detail as much as it does in 50 Shades of Grey, but more so it's just kind of him and her having this like dysfunctional relationship, and it kind of dives into like why he is like this. I know there's more than one of these, so I'm definitely into reading the other ones from this series. I liked it. It definitely was not as steamy as 50 Shades of Grey, but if you enjoyed 50 Shades of Grey, you'd probably like this one too, so definitely check it out. The third book I read is a really, really old book. This is Pavilion of Women, and it's by Pearl S. Buck, and I think I picked this up in a thrift store. I loved the art inside. It was absolutely beautiful. And this is a very old book. It was written a really long time ago. I'm trying to find 1946, so it's pretty old. I really like this book. I was intrigued to read it because I'm really into like Asian culture. This is set in China, but I'm just really into like Asian culture, Japanese culture, Chinese culture. I find it to be really interesting. All the Oriental culture and different lifestyle things just really, really attract me. I love it. I've always wanted to visit there, so anywhere in the Orient is somewhere I would love to go, and that's what really drew me to this. So long story short, there is like a Madame Wu. She lives with her husband, and they're like the royal family kind of like in their village where they live. They have the most money, the most land, they have all these children, and so basically she's getting older. She doesn't feel like she can provide for her husband anymore, you know, sexually, and she doesn't feel like she's attractive anymore. So she pretty much does something that is kind of like, I guess not really unheard of, but like not very accepted there, and that's to have a concubine for him, which is basically a woman, like a mistress that he basically sleeps with and he can spend time with, but also still like spend time with her. But she kind of doesn't really want to have him have this mistress because she feels like she's not good enough, but she also kind of feels like she wants to have her own life. Like she's done being the wife and the mother, and she wants to go off and like educate herself and like live her life for herself, which I think a lot of women feel like they want to do when they hit like especially menopause. They're kind of like, okay, my family life, the whole thing is done. I'm done raising my children. I'm done being that like wife and mother. I want to just be a wife, and I just want to focus on myself. And that's kind of what she wants to do. She ends up meeting this like priest guy who kind of changes her way of thinking, kind of makes her almost fall in love with him, but he can't be with her because of course he's a priest. And I'm not going to go into it anymore, but it's a really good book. It's a little bit hard to follow, and some of the words in here that they use are just kind of like weird and like old-fashioned because it is an old book. Some people might not be into the idea of concubines. They might think that's really like taboo, really strange. They don't want to have anything to do with it. And that's kind of, you know, a choice you have when you go into reading this, you know, how you feel about the situation that she is in. But it was a good book. It was a little bit odd, a little bit kind of hard to follow, but I still recommend reading it if you ever get a chance to find it. Definitely check it out. The last book I have finished reading is The Natural Beauty book. This is by Anita Guyton, I believe is pronounced like that. And this is a really, really cool book. I'm definitely going to be going back to this book again and again and again. I purchased it on Amazon because I believe this is like only really available in the United Kingdom. And I actually found out about it through another YouTuber, and she used to go by Andrea Pinkpaws. I think now, I know on Instagram it's Andrea's Greener Life. I'm not sure about her YouTube channel. I've been meaning to like look for it so that I can watch her newer videos, but she's really awesome. She did a lot of videos about eating healthy and all natural like beauty remedies because she likes to use only like all natural stuff and cruelty-free stuff and vegan makeup. So she really recommended this, that it was a really good book and that she was using it to make a lot of homemade beauty products. And so in this book, it basically tells you how you can make your own all-natural beauty products like face creams, moisturizing milk, skin tonic, sun tanning preparations, lip salves, hair shampoos, The list goes on and on and on, and it's really good. It's like recipes that you can follow to make these items. So this is a book I'm just going to really go back to again and again because I love all natural beauty products, and I think it was like $9 on Amazon, so definitely not too expensive. Definitely check it out if you're into like all natural beauty. These are the books that I'm going to be reading here soon, and I got these books from a, it's called Little Free Library, and basically what it is, I don't know if you guys have them in your cities because there is a website, I'll try to leave it down below. It's basically like people make these little house library things. They're like little stands, and they put books inside, and it's like a take a book, leave a book. So you can take books and read them, but you have to leave books in return. And so it's basically like a trading post for books. It's really cool, and sometimes you'll find adult books in there, sometimes there's children's books, sometimes there's like puzzles and stuff. I actually did find a puzzle. So I actually got these books out of a Little Free Library, and it's really cool because it's free. You can trade books with other people, you can leave your books. It's just really cool, and it's supposed to kind of help enhance literacy in communities and stuff. So I got these books out of the Little Free Library, and I left 3 books of my own. So this one is Stephen King, Mr. Mercedes. I feel like everybody has read this book but me. I think this came out right after Dr. Sleep, which I did read and I do have, and I never did get to read this one, so I'm really excited to try it out. If you guys read it, do not tell me about it. You can let me know if you liked it down below. I'm really curious to see what people thought about it. But I'm just really excited. I'm excited to be able to read this, and I'm so glad that, you know, I was able to find this in the Little Free Library. This one is Danielle Steele, The Long Road Home. I'm not a huge fan of Danielle Steele. I like some of her books, and some of them I don't really care for, but I have not read this one, and it looked a little bit intriguing, so I thought I'm going to pick it up and give it a go. And lastly, this is also another really old book. I'm trying to look in here and see. Well, I guess it's not too old. Apparently it was printed in 1939, but this must be like a reprint of it. So this print was probably made in like 2000, which is what it says, but the original book is 1939, and it's The Blind Assassin by Margaret Atwood. And I have no idea what it's about. I didn't really read into it or anything. I just thought the cover looked interesting. The Blind Assassin. I don't know, maybe it's a woman assassin. But I thought I'd pick it up and give it a go. So, kind of excited to try it out and see what it's all about. I don't know. Guess we'll find out if I like it or not. Alright guys, so that's all the books I've read and all the books I'm going to read. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave me some comments down below if you've read any of these books and what you think about them. And I'll try to leave a link to the Little Free Library down below so you guys can check and see if you have them in your city where you live. It's a really cool way to trade books with other people. So I'll catch you guys in my next video. I'm going to go because I'm about to choke up. So I'll catch you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye guys.